under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If you'd all bow. Heavenly Father, be with all of tonight's participants. Again, we ask that you provide guidance in the decision-making process. Father, in this season of caring and giving, we ask that you watch over all of those who need comfort and help. We ask that you be with the families of all our servicemen and women. We especially ask that you watch over those servicemen and women who are away from their families. Be with all the children in the world this season. Keep them comfortable, safe, and warm. That's a good box. It's got bigger.
Okay, roll call please.
Vice President Michael Schaefer.
Present.
Director Robert Uden.
Present.
Director Arlene Schaefer. Here. Director Arthur Perry.
Yes.
And President James Harriman.
Here.
Thank you.
We have no ceremonial matters to pass on. Any late communications?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. We did receive a late communication from Mr. Mosier, which that is an item in
So noted. Public comments. At this time, the public is welcome to address the board. So let's go ahead and move on. Consent calendar. Are there any items on the consent calendar that would like to have for this session? If not, I believe seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? General manager, district clerk reports.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tonight's item on my district clerk salary range and new job description. For the past 18 months, Yolanda Newboy has been serving as district assistant deputy district clerk, and she has really raised the bar on the district office, district clerk office. In my opinion, she would like with all of our accomplishments in the staff report, but also with Yolanda's one of her friends for special ops functions, and especially about the district office up to youth and special ops. So I am going to be promoting Yolanda to district clerk, but before I can do that, I need board approval because I need to amend the salary range to be consistent with the 2012 CSD's salary survey, and also amend the job description. And as well, I recommend that you include another one serve as district clerk, and then I'm also recommending that we look for the budget adjustment amount of $12,800 because the new salary range is not currently in the budget. So that's my presentation to the second discussion.
In other words, on the course of the district, I read recently how many members work off what's the job description and like CSDA does that.
Yeah, and that's what we rate. That's what we use CSA service to base it on the salary report. So that's what we use that data to that's what we think. So basically, the salary range here before you is consistent with the salary range we use is 6 in CSDA. And as you know, the survey looks at different as we look at the size of the organization, the size of that, the size of the salary range for operation serve. There's different categories how they do the survey. So you look at that data and do the six, and the range before you is consistent with the salary range.
Very nice to see that we connect the top and we found somebody doing something that
Okay.
we recommended.
Okay.
I think it was great for us to have a very interesting
Move approval.
Second. Yes.
Aye.
Opposed?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Milani, it says here that she's going to see that we're in compliance with the Brown Act, so this is probably a good move.
Strike that.
Okay, let's move on to item 10. Review the procedure of voting procedure.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Back in June 19th of this year, the board directors approved implementing a new procedure between the district engineer and the alternate district engineer to help prevent conflict of interest arising when Rob Hamer is the private civil engineer of record for proposed developments that may occur in senior service area. So this report is the board director can come back after 6 months. This report is compliant with that directive. And since we implemented new procedures, as you see in the staff report, Rob has submitted 12 conflict of interest forms, and then both forms are presented to the alternate district engineer, so he's aware that plans are coming his way, and then he, the alternate district engineer, is supposed to sign those plans and bring them to us in our file. The new procedure is working well. We don't have any changes or any recommendations on our estimate of suggestions to continue as is.
In the study session, we had a discussion about these insurance carriers. Is that going to resolve?
No, the board director has to come back with some other alternatives.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not right. We'll move that for the next year. Yes.
Item 11, 2014-15 Sanitary District meeting schedule.
And the second one is over to Milani.
Thank you, Mr. President and members of the board. Before you is the 2014 proposed meeting schedule, and there are a couple items of note. Typically, our regular board meetings are on the 4th Thursdays of the month, and our study sessions are on the 3rd Tuesdays. There are several months that are impacted where we will have to move the meeting dates around for holidays and to accommodate the different schedules for conferences that may be affecting those.
Oh, no, different.
You have me worried for a second.
No, no.
It's the 3rd Tuesday of the month. So in the months of January and October, our board meetings will be on the 5th Thursday. And that would be because the study sessions, if we were to have them on the regular schedule, they would be within the same week. So we want to allow for the board opportunity to add more items to the board agenda after the study session meeting. For January, it's the 30th. It is the 30th. And as well as for November and December, the meetings will be moved up to the 3rd Thursday due to the Thanksgiving Christmas holidays. The study sessions in May will fall on the 2nd Tuesday, and that would be because the board meeting will be pushed up 1 week to the 22nd. And in November, the study session will also fall on a Wednesday, as the 11th is Veterans Day holiday, which falls on a Tuesday this coming year. So we're going to move it to the Wednesday. And if you have any other questions,
The studies, you must have put some study sessions in the color here. I probably can see it.
Yeah.
you know, I am looking at it right
If I
now, and
print-
I
if I print it,
apologize.
It's, I see in our leaves it's yellow, so it doesn't show in, but I'll only print it.
Yeah, I said this.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Two quick things. Why aren't we going on the 5th Tuesday, the 5th Thursday in May? If we're going to go the other time, it's the 5th Thursday.
Well, that's up to the board to decide whether they would like to do that. We're able to move that schedule if you'd like to. These were just proposed dates,
Yeah,
nothing confirmed.
my personal feeling is that we never have a fifth Thursday meeting. The public's used to us being on the fourth. I would much rather move a study session up a week than I would a board meeting out. That's just my personal opinion.
And your doc,
Yeah,
your
this was
quarterly meeting is on the fifth Thursday.
always the fifth Thursday.
Yeah.
But in October, I mean,
It's in the months ahead time.
yeah, I just think we've gotten in trouble for moving some meetings around before. Some members of the public, it's pretty well established that we can move it up because of the holiday, but moving it out seems to be an issue.
So you prefer to move the, study session?
Personally, I'd rather do the study session a week early than I would change the board meeting.
So it's just January and October.
Isn't the criticism usually that you move it up instead of moving it back? So just move it back and then they didn't miss it. The worst that happens is they go, oh, you didn't have a meeting.
Yeah, but again, I think that same thing could happen if people are used to having it on the fourth and all of a sudden there's a fifth Thursday to move it out. I think they're going to get the same criticism.
And I think January is years doc, fifth Thursday.
Okay, then I will go ahead and revise the meeting schedule and send it out to the board.
I would agree. Thank you. Item 12, Xylem agreement. Presidents.
Thank you, Mr. President. Earlier this year, we did our annual maintenance searches on all 20 pump stations, and in your agenda is a list of services that provided during maintenance. Typically what happens is the vendor will do it during maintenance and they'll see the additional repairs that need to be done. Then they'll put that recommendation together and go up to the agreement with contract for that service. And that's what's before you tonight is an agreement with Xylem to perform repairs on 11 of our pump stations. We did go out to bid on this. It was over a significant amount of money. The bid was going to be pretty high. We did go out to bid. We notified at least about 7 vendors. Two of them performed. One of them was Gemini, and you see the difference in the price that Gemini is submitting versus Xylem. So yes, the price is high, $106,182, but with the district engineer and myself, it needs to be done. We need to keep our companies I don't know, it was about $110,000, which was what I was estimating, and so it is over what we estimated. But he was talking with Rob, he believes this definitely needs to be done. We want to make sure our companies are running off the level. So again, it's over budget, or we don't have that budget now. So and one of the recommendations is to approve appropriate $35,000. This is like $60,000. The three recommendations.
Move approval.
Yes, yeah. Someone's looking to actually pass the pump stuff. Yeah.
Any discussion is not the way to us,
I agree with everything you said, including the motion that you said. Two experiences.
I don't remember seeing the same.
Xylem has purchased both Blank and Godwin,
Oh,
and they are branching into emergency response and maintenance, and we used to really go to kind of a quasi pump specialist called Peninsula Pump, so we're getting much more professional attention now when we're stocking parts, and they have a somewhat local yard, so it's much better for us.
Yeah, item number 2 on the recommendation of 10% contingency.
Any further discussion?
I'll just do one. And we can do two.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I think that was all three, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt to do all three separate.
Okay.
Show a little more stewardship.
I'll second.
Discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item two.
I'll move approval of the $35,000
Further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Engineers report.
Thank you, Mr. President and board members. Item 13, project status report. All projects are moving along. If you have any answers to specific questions, if any.
Any questions that will go wrong?
Just one, Rob, we did the upgrades, the seismic upgrades. Did that exclude the 6 pump stations that we're going to abandon?
The portion of the seismic upgrades we did was to anchor all the electrical control panels. All of them,
All 20.
including
Okay.
the 6 that were
All right.
removed.
Okay, thank you. Because there were some of them that were pretty bad shape.
Right.
Okay, let's move along to project,
No, that was number 13 that you just
no,
proceeded. 196A, we broke 196 into 4 parts into processing and special concerns. This is the installation of a backup pump at the Eldon, Mendoza, and Victoria pumping stations. The low bid was $485,200 from GCI, who's one of our very best contractors, skilled both in pipeline and pump station, and that's what this project entails. And secondly, we're very happy because GCI is one of our very best contractors, and they've worked with us for years. So what's not shown in the 485.2 is the cost of the equipment which the district bought by making sole source findings. The equipment cost for these 3 stations was $222,000. So it's a $250,000 project. And we've already had a couple meetings, and staff is excited with this contractor, and the recommendation is to award the contract.
let's go out for a motion, please. Discussion?
Move approval.
Further discussion?
That, or else retire.
Or
on the
retire,
job.
yeah, one job is pretty long.
Put an extra $1 million in there just in case.
We're probably gonna understand.
We're voting on item 1 and the 14. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item 2.
Approve the 10% of quarterly tax.
Discussion. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Treasurer's report.
No items this evening, Mr. President.
God bless you, Mark.
Don't encourage
Treasurer's
me.
report.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Nobody wanted to do it, I was pretty good Sunday.
Ed considers
Local meetings. I was at the Sanitary Sanitation District meeting last night, and Tom Beamish was elected vice chair, and he will serve until June, the remaining part of the however, John Nielsen, who we thought was going to contest the
Cause when I
Yeah,
went,
that's not the whole.
Yeah.
That's just-
cause when I went in your place, they had many meetings, they were hiring, they were considering hiring a negotiator. And then,
Jim Bruce is the negotiator.
yeah, and Jim was taking the job with, taking the general manager's job, and so that's why they were looking for, another party. So they had four there. We talked about it and decided that the committee chair could, could form the committee and pick and do the evaluation and consultants that we had. So you might. It was, yeah, they were going to form a committee, and he was given the responsibility to do the evaluation. Then that's where the other four were.
Okay, impact will suspend it for the legislative session to move off together. I'll add another dynamic to it. Other meetings, qualifying for reimbursement from the
This was the ones who rejected.
I think Scott got information that
It's not like one last for the moment.
Sometimes it's better to seek forgiveness than to give permission.
Not when it's a lawsuit with a copyright infringement, you got a claim.
They actually told me that we could put the city's logo on it when I talked to
So
them.
we just need your approval for the non-member. We wanted to bring this to your attention.
Right.
I don't need to put it over the thing in the budget.
I know, but remember we brought it up for discussion to not approve it for the board, approve it.
I think this is the only issue that's.
This is the only issue.
Yeah, everything else we're moving forward.
Right, right, we just wanted to make sure, we definitely look at it, and Bob had this idea, so, if you guys agree, it's, how much is it? It's gonna be like, $650, each for four,
Twelve
It's like 15 more.
it's like 15.
But it's out of a $15,000.
That's more than 50.
Yeah, well, we just wanted to get the approval, okay, so that we can move forward on it, because we waited till you guys saw it.
You only need to order one less.
No, but we just wanted you to look at it. I think all, so let the committee move on, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're trying to get everything on board. I just want to know February 29 and March.
We should have this, these things in hand.
So we want to try real hard for everyone to be in March and the county session. That time we start to closed and it was in this work for a while, so we kind of continued that and, to see what happens with the finance, manager and so forth. 11, 12, we had a study session, to see how more yesterday about talking about the dealing with, the up and coming, where we're going to be doing things on the pipeline, or site on the pipeline. And then 11, 17, the special district leadership academy, which is very exciting. I see this is so old to you guys, because we've already done, we've already done like this, but yeah. And I'll tell you, it was very tense. This is what we went through. I mean, we were real serious. We didn't have any fun. Anyway,
We all went to bed early, just to get tired.
yeah, it was.
Except for Bob, who found some good shit.
So,
But, to be honest with you, we never completed each section because we ran out of time.
yeah.
Because we had a lot of questions.
A lot of
asked.
discussion.
I put that in on the evaluation.
I did a report for us and, yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So anyway, this is my cat.
And Robin looked like a general, so we did it.
So it was really good. Good turnout, and actually really did it out. And none of us could say that there wasn't something in there. We really did. And anything else?
Director Curry and I went to the Waco meeting last Friday. And for the record, it was probably the most boring Waco meeting we ever been to. They had a guy speaking on the Bay Area, the Bay Delta Conversation, whatever that
Conservation plan.
and that thing. And we droned on for 40 minutes, I think, about stuff that, I don't know, I guess if you're in the water world, it makes a lot more sense.
I think it was just a filler.
We started to take notes, but then the notes stopped because it was more technical than some of this. We didn't know what he was talking about. And he moved really quickly. So that was probably one of the reasons.
You know, water agencies really want to sell this drill book now and all these alternatives. There can be some people that have a little more savvy to speak. Because if that guy would have stood up before he publicly, I think
Hit 'em.
he'd have really been bad. But there's some other good ones. It's good. The other meeting that Director Schaefer and I attended was the 16th anniversary Costa Mesa Police Department celebration last
Saw
Sunday.
your picture.
Really, I mean, it was for someone like who's been in Costa Mesa a long time to see Roger Neff, former police chief, and Dave Stout, and these guys, and some of the old. Yeah, did you notice my picture was in front of a donut truck?
No, I didn't.
The sidecar donuts is giving me a big up. But the highlight of the day, Monday, our Lions Club donated $100 towards buying toys for this police group. And for every $10 you donated, or for every $10 toy you donated, you got a raffle ticket for a ride in a helicopter. And Monday morning, Chief Daisy calls me and says, "Congratulations, you've won the helicopter ride," which I need to ask you about. And I said, "Really?" I said, "Do they have a helicopter big enough to take me up?" And he says, "Well, maybe half of you can go or something." So I won a helicopter. Am I allowed to win a raffle
I
prize?
think so. There's new transportation rules too. The FPPC just came
Well,
out with new rules.
I kept thinking about this transportation.
We'll find a way.
You can't accept free train tickets.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm not really going anywhere except around them.
You didn't use your badge to get it.
You can't accept train rides? Or you can't?
You generally cannot accept a free train ride because of the Constitution. But this is a helicopter ride, and there's a raffle, and there's other rules. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to do this. It just might have. The question is, do you have to report something or not? Yeah. It's not give up your office because you accepted a ride from the Union Pacific.
My wife won't let me take any other family member with me, so I can take mine. We don't want to have a situation where we have to get into probate and stuff like that.
The date, the 25th,
I haven't, No, I have until May 14th, or
The
May.
method you
Yeah.
madness.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
That's what you.
That'd be great.
I only needed 100 to get 10 raffle tickets.
You might wanna take some Dramamine before you go up, cause, if those guys are like
They're horrible.
the other guys, they wanna play with you a little bit
It's not
and
a
they
police-
start spinning it.
It's not a police helicopter.
Oh, okay.
It's a private,
Okay.
makes me more nervous.
I went in the police car,
Yeah.
and he was Roger Mail, and he says, okay, now don't get scared. And then he turned off the engine and dropped me.
Oh, no.
This guy does that, and I'll joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
When I was on council, people wanted to take me up, and they only
Have
had
you ever been
available
to
was 4th of July.
But I've been,
And I said,
things that don't
So I used bottle rockets on
Yeah.
one.
And,
fly.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
good.
let's move along. Anybody else have a meeting that they'd like to report on? If not, we'll move on to old business. Congratulations, Arlene, on throwing a great Christmas party.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Everybody enjoyed themselves, and all the staff for their help. Merry Christmas to all. New business, any new business,
I'd like to ask for, when we had the spill, we didn't have current flow information. I know staff, for the SCADA system, I know that there was some savings, by not having that feature, and what I would like to know is what it would cost to get that back. Because I for one think that you ought to have current flow information from the SCADA system. But at least some discussion. And, maybe it was more significant than I think, but I don't know. Well, I
explain
think so.
May I explain it?
Yeah.
Real quickly, right now, the SCADA system reports once a day. So we get runtime for a 24-hour period. And what Director Uten is referring to is in our old SCADA system, we had to report every hour. So when we got the spill and we figured the time frame from 6 in the morning to 12 noon or whatever it was, we don't have by the hour anymore. So I had to go back and take some previous by the hours. And the reason that is an extra expense now is because we're not on our own radio band, we're back to cell phone. So if we were to have the SCADA system give us hourly reports, instead of reporting one time a day, each of the 20 stations would be reporting once an hour, and there is an increase in cost for that amount of reporting. So we'd have to go back to the vendor. We've discussed this at length with them. We can bring back the cost and
Yeah.
discuss.
I did.
you have to rough idea what that might be.
And not off the top of my head,
Well,
what the additional cost would be.
what Rob had to do was go back a year and a half to look at data.
I think that's good, it's reasonable.
Okay, you'll bring that back to us, Rob. Thank you. Oral communications and director comments. Anyone have anything to review?
I read something about, MoDOT and Mesa. Does anyone know anything if they can?
Just what was in the paper, it said they had like a 4-year plan to do it. And there was an article that, who was the Terry Sforza, the watchdog, and she was saying that maybe in 4 years it'll actually happen. They're talking about merging their operations over there.
Working with those, with,
Arch County Water District
Yeah.
with the municipal.
Yeah, they both share the building anyway.
Yeah, actually, that would sound like
Yeah.
So they're actually taking a cooperative approach towards it, but
Okay.
they're saying it might take 4 years.
Okay.
Any other, communications or comments?
Somewhere I read, I think it was here, that we have 2,900 laterals that have roots. Was that from a study session or something?
we did that, might have been a study session, there was a request by the board
Mhm.
to look at,
CCTV
videos,
parcel data.
determine how many have
Yeah.
roots, and then the idea was when you contact the homeowner, to
I know where I read it, probably in the minutes, but, but what it said was we have 2,900 laterals that have severe roots. My suspicion is it was 2,900 laterals that have roots. That's where I read it, yeah. Yeah. But that might, that's probably, well, I suspected it was incorrect when I read it. I should have brought it up in the,
Rob had a meeting with, about the Great Forest in Europe.
Yeah, it was actually a hotspot meeting. It was in here. It was our quarterly meeting. Standard.
Okay, anybody, anything else?
Have all these things that we understand.
yeah.
This meeting is adjourned.
Better than water used to be.
That's your record for this regime.
Well, I don't think
I
it was
said
near the